The origin of the Michigan Justice Fund really started with a roundtable convening held by the Hudson Weber Foundation back in 2018. We pulled together diverse stakeholders and brought folks together from across the state to really ask the question, how can we advance effective and equitable justice policy in the state? Sort of what is needed to do that? And the second piece of it is there a role for funders to play in that work?
We have a really unique opportunity and a really unique position here to work across the system, investing in people that we believe in, people who are directly impacted, people who have a vision for what's possible, and investing in projects that can have a long-term impact on the lives of the people who are vulnerable to these systems and who are working to address them.
My name is Ashley Golden, and I am the statewide program director of Nation Outside. We are a statewide grassroots and advocacy organization entirely led by the formerly incarcerated. The criminal legal system is so big that one organization can't possibly tackle all of it. And so we try to focus on breaking down the barriers that people face when they come home, because they are innumerable. We played a major role in getting clean slate legislation passed. And so now we have the privilege of helping people get their records expunged. I have witnessed incredible transformations, and I know that people are more than their mistakes. I know this personally.
The way that our criminal legal system is set up, those people who don't have resources come into contact with the criminal legal system more often. They end up spending more time in jail. They end up with harsher outcomes. They are, in many ways, farthest from justice when they have the contact with the system. What NDS does is level the playing field, bring those folks without those resources closer to justice. We are right there in the moments when our clients are either going to be incarcerated or not. And particularly in Detroit and Wayne County, so many of those individuals look like me. So to be able to come in and provide a higher level of representation to this particular community is super important to me, because it's a matter of liberation for the community.
At LINC UP, we believe housing is a stabilizing right. To be able to do anything else, you have to have shelter and safety and comfort. Being able to get people into affordable housing is a really powerful step in helping them advance in whatever journey they're on. So many resources need to be funded and supported, and so part of our work is working with partners to figure out how we can identify what those desires of the community are, and then working with policymakers to make that budget happen. In 2020, there was a collective voice around changing some of the things that were happening in the police system here in Grand Rapids, how they engage with the community, and then how the city invests in resources that lead to less crime and less violence. One of the impacts was the Grand Rapids Police Department adopting a new strategic plan, one that was driven by community voice. We're hoping to increase community power so that there's greater influence over decisions that get made at the city level, at the county level, that are affecting our neighborhoods.
We believe really strongly in the idea of doula care for every person who wants it. And if that's what we believe, then that needs to include incarcerated people as well.
We're not an officer. We don't work for the Department of Corrections. We don't work for the hospital. We work for you.
I am there to support a new mother. I'm there to support a new baby and the bond between the two of them, regardless of where she's living right now and what brought her there. This didn't happen just like 5 years ago. And here we are now. Look at what's changed in that period of time. It really speaks to the possibility of improvement and the possibility of hope. And that credit goes to everybody involved.
I love giving back to the community. I love this place, Flint. Born and raised here my whole life, 41 years old. And so I'm just someone who wants to see the city transform itself for the better. My name is Leon El Alamin. I'm the founder and executive director of the M.A.D.E Institute, whose mission is to provide comprehensive programming for individuals with criminal histories, at-risk youth, and even some veterans. It's a holistic approach that we utilize, whether it's workforce development, financial literacy, transitional housing, skilled trades. These are tangible things that people can see, feel, and touch that is transforming lives, transforming communities. So it's things like that that needs to be given more priority to and more funding. What we're doing now that should have been done when I was growing up, so that when we got of age, we would have had opportunities for ourselves and those in our community. Times are changing. Times are changing. We have to be the ones that force that change.
Changing hearts and minds takes time, and we need change to happen right now. We have to remain steadfast, we have to stay patient, and we have to endure.
We have to relentlessly push the system for just outcomes because it doesn't automatically do that. Every chance that we get, we have to take every little inch.
It's going to take all hands on deck from every level, of government, nonprofit, local officials, everyday grassroots folks, being involved, organizing around the issues that's impacting our communities, and working together with a common agenda to tackle these rough and complex situations of mass incarceration.
We have to give a second chance. We might have to give a third chance. We need to be able to allow people the opportunity to redeem themselves.